This is a clip from a recent episode of the Keep Off the Grass LiveCast.
My take is, man, if you got like less than 10,000 square feet, use it as a workout and just in bag. That's just my personal preference. I know some people like to mulch and, get the nitrogen stuff back in there. That's just, I look at it more as I don't want to recycle some of the stuff that's back in there and kind of replant issues that I'm already having.
So when you're talking about those properties that you're mowing, are we talking you're mowing once a week, every other week? Like, is there just too much time in between each cut for it to,
like once a week. And again, everybody's lawn care plan is really different. So for me, if I start seeing issues with like POA and sedge, I'm going to immediately start addressing those things. But, for 99% of people, the joke I have, like with my next door neighbor, I'm actually going to be doing a spring renovation for him. He was really excited about because his backyard had all this new growth on it. And I went up to his balcony. I was like, do you notice how can you see the difference, in the morning, the difference of the color? And it's because he had all this sedge growth. But he, but in his mind, it was going to be, he was really excited because everything was coming back. Anyways, for me, it's just a preventative thing. I totally understand why people mulch or don't bag at all. But again, I feel like David and I, it's kind of just a personal preference.
Hey guys, I want to bring some people in the chat here real quick. So they're talking about bagging too now. Bermuda Brian says no bag unless you're coming home from vacay. Then we've got Dave Blecky's asking what your OM content is to bag or not. And the lawn analyst says he's always bagging his clippings.
Always.
Who else? Jason Vaughn. He kind of wanted to know. He thought it broke down and added back to the soil. Lawn Radiance says he mulches. Puts it back in there.
Yeah, I'd almost never bag if I don't have to. Just two reasons. One, I'm super lazy. I don't want to do it. When I was a kid, my dad made me bag and I hated it. So I try not to bag if I can. I always mulch, and then somebody somewhere, somehow I read that, the clippings will break down and it's like free fertilizer, free moisture, just putting it back into your soil. So I'm like, boom, why am I going to do that if I don't have to? Granted, if the grass is too wet, or if I waited too long and it's going to start clumping and stuff, I'll definitely bag it just because I don't want to leave piles and things in my yard. But man, as a kid, my dad was worried about us bringing clippings on our shoes into the house. So we always had to bag it. Well, guests are coming over. You got to bag that grass.
That's fine.
And I'm like, man,
your dad and my dad
nightmares
get along pretty well.
So for the guy there, it clearly seems like about 80% of the chat, maybe more, doesn't bag. And so I get the impression from our own chats, it's basically just me and David primarily. So I got two questions. Number one, for those of you that don't bag, do you come back with a leaf blower and blow that stuff back into your neighbor's yard? And number two is, if you have, especially as cool season folks, if you got an outbreak of something, if you have Dallas grass, crabgrass, POA, sedge, you're just mulching that right back into your soil? What's your strategy?
Oh, can't wait to hear this one.
I mulched last year. I think I'm going to bag this year just to see if it kind of, and I didn't have like a thatch buildup, but I had like a dead material buildup.
Yeah.
And I side discharged a lot too with the Time Master that I have, just to be able to kind of blow through cutting the grass as quick as possible. But I think I'm going to bag this year just to see if it does make a difference, since I'm going kind of heavy, with the high maintenance lawn plan. I'm not too worried about nutrient loss that I'm taking off the grass by, basically like harvesting the grass, right? Since I'm putting the nitrogen and all the other stuff back in. But when I was mulching and side discharging last year, I cut often enough that, those grassy weeds weren't really going to seed. So I wasn't too worried about, mulching them back in. And then, I did, think about getting the moisture and those nutrients kind of back into the soil by, mulching the grass or side discharging. So that was my thought process when I was mulching last year, but I'm going to bag it up this year.
There you go.
Oh yeah, I know I'm right in the middle. I know all of last year, I think I bagged for the most part, probably about 85% of the time. Other times for me, I just do not like a lot of grass in my Bermuda. So if I'm out there, my son's out there, whoever's out there, I don't want that on their shoes, bringing it into my house kind of thing. I just want the lawn to look good. I don't want anything on it. So I try to bag as much as I can. And I don't think there's going to be a significant change in any kind of nutrients in the lawn, but, you know, maybe none that you can see right away, obviously, but we'll, you know, who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I have 9,000 square feet, and thankfully my town takes yard waste clippings. So all I got to do is throw them in, you know, one of those like big brown grocery bag clipping bags, and you know the trash takes them on trash day. So you know, not too big of a deal. I don't have to cut my you know, I don't have to start my own compost facility like you said, Mark.
I mean, I do both. I tend to go. I wouldn't say I have a hard and fast rule, but I switch it up. You know, I'll bag, and then, you know, I'll mulch. I mean, say maybe every other time. You know, so I just try to switch it up so that I'm not, you know, leaving too much clippings on the grass that don't have the opportunity to break down, if that makes sense. Like, I don't know.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe to the Keep Off the Grass livecast on YouTube and join us every Tuesday night at 10 o'clock, 9 Central for the next DIY lawn care discussion.